What is it, my tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card needs. Now, if you play that on 2x speed, it's going to sound like, hello, everybody, welcome to another draft. Anyways, we got some more of you-know-what ahead of us. 5-color fun times here in the wilds of Eldraine. Draft queues, we have a pretty nice opening pack here. 3 cards I love to first pick. Hatching Plans, Tough Cookie, and a Torch the Tower. I'm going to take the Tough Cookie here over Hatching Plans, and I know that's weird, because I am a Hatching Plans fanatic, but Tough Cookie is just a little bit too good. And if you've been watching my videos lately, you know what I've been doing. That is to say, base green, 5-color. So if I can cut off the good green cards immediately, hopefully we can get rewarded with all of the good ones later on. With that being said, let's move into our pick 2, where we're probably going to end up taking the Sweet Tooth Witch. A couple of okay green cards here, but nothing I want. Generally, Ruby doesn't make my 5-color green decks because I'm going to be either green-black or green-blue as the base, and then like red and white would be the splash color. So not going to take Ruby, going to take the Sweet Tooth Witch. Already have a little bit of food synergy here. Losing out on maybe a Monstrous Rage, a couple of decent black cards otherwise. I expect the Territorial Witch Stalker to wheel. Evolving Wilds here, actually a pretty high pickup for me, but I think I go with the Witch a little bit above that. Oh, hello, okay. We are already cooking as we're getting a 3rd pick Griffin Airy to follow up our 3 foods we already have. Remember, Tough Cookie itself, I think people often forget, can sacrifice and gain 3 life, and it is a food. Yeah, we're going to 3rd pick this. I don't want to take any chances. If somebody takes it after I pass it, I would be very upset. Good cards here. Frolicking Familiar's great. Bowls of Porridge is okay. Scream Puff's pretty good. No. That's Griffin for me, for sure. And then let's just follow that up with a green removal spell. Takedown's alright. It's not the best removal spell by any means, but it is a good enough removal spell. And definitely gets better when you have auras or other enchantments to put on your creatures, but usually you're okay with it just doing 2 or 3 damage for 2 mana, you know? Good start. And yeah, perfect. Pick 5, Hamlet Glutton, that's precisely where we want to see it. Lose out on both a Kellen's Light Blades, which I'd be happy to play, and a Fell Horseman, which I've really come around to this card. It's not amazing, but even at the beginning of the format, I was always saying any adventure creature is pretty good. And this one has actually been pretty nice. Buying back all of your, buying back a Tough Cookie is pretty sick. Buying back a Glutton's pretty nice. And it just turns into a 3/3 later on. But we glut here. And we Witch Stalker here, I think. You really need to have the early ways to stabilize. I mean, fewer and fewer people are just like forcing Boros these days, but it's still nice to have a good early blocker, and it's one that's reasonable attacker later on. Tempest Heart, Reaper. I guess not dead after all would be an okay pickup, but I think the creature is a little bit more relevant there. Omniscience, huh? Shatter the Oath is not a removal spell I'm particularly interested in. In fact, I'd rather take one of these green cards here, I think. I don't mind just taking the first Shatter, but I think the first Beanstalk Worm is going to do it a little bit more for me there. And wow, pick 8 Root Rider Fawn, the premium 2-drop common, I think, in the green deck. It ramps, it fixes, blocks well enough early. Lose a Candy Trail here. Actually, I believe I passed a Root Rider Fawn. Was it in my initial pack or the pack after or something? Is there a possibility I could wheel a second one? No. Okay, this time we'll take the first Shatter the Oath over the second Beanstalk. Season of Growth. It doesn't care about single targets, just whenever you target a creature you control with a spell. So right now we have Takedown. That's it. Is the upside of Season of Growth worth it overtaking the second Witch Stalker? I'm actually doing okay on 2-drops right now, so I will take the Season, though I don't necessarily expect to play it. Okay, Season makes the Titanic Growth a little bit better. unlikely to play 2 Titanic, but you never know. And certainly not. I mean, Season of Growth goes into the same deck that Admire goes into, but yeah, we might play that not dead after all. All right, pack 2. Stupid, Sexy Imidane's Recruiter is what we opened, in addition to Spectre of Mortality and bonus sheet cards Sneak Attack. Glass Casket's good early game interaction. Hollow Scavenger is one of the better green commons you can pick up. Something we didn't see in pack 1, any of the like other fixers besides Root Rider Fawn, right? We didn't see Crystal Grotto, we didn't see Brave the Wilds, we didn't see Return from the Wilds. So, gotta be a little bit careful. I'm actually not a huge fan of Spectre of Mortality. I think it's just okay. I think taking Imidane's Recruiter here is perfectly acceptable. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take the Recruiter. Wow. Very, very good second pick. Man, the Surge Injury is surprisingly solid here. I really like this card if you have the Collector's Vault, because this doesn't care about what kind of artifact is put into the graveyard. So Collector's Vault makes a bunch of treasures. Each treasure you sacrifice pumps it up and gets you a scry. We'll probably just take the Greta here, though, and hope that one of these green cards will end up wheeling. It's possible. I think Brave the Wild's probably the card I want to wheel the most. I think Greta probably a little bit better than Surge Injure there. Woohoo! Could we do a food fight deck? Have yet to pull that baby off. I mean, we are going foodies, but I guess we'd rather just gain the life since we have the Airy already. So realistically, what are we looking at? Evolving Wilds, Prophetic Prism, Spellscorn Coven. I think those are my choices. Kind of dig just taking the Coven here instead of Prism. Looks good to me. And that's going to be an easy feed the Cauldron now. Some more good early interaction. So right now, what do we have for removal? Just Graceful Takedown and now the Feed the Cauldron. We're going to need to pick up some more early stuff, but that's a good start. Vanguard, Nightmare, Werefox, even the Knight of the Sweet's Revenge we would probably play. Maybe that comes back on the wheel. Let's take the Prism now. Passing the Genealogist is whatever. Crystal Grotto now over Horseman. This is a little bit closer. Like I was saying, I think the Fell Horseman, you generally want to have at least one of those if you can. But, no, the land is just too good here right now. Yeah, we could play the Threadbind Click. That's a removal spell. And it turns into a 3/3 flyer later on. My only other pick here would be the Ariet's Whisper, which is good. But the click makes a little bit more sense. Wheeling the Prism. No, this is pick 8. Okay, we're getting a separate Prism here, pick 8. That's great. How are we doing on food for the Griffinary? Let's see, or gain 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's not too bad, but would like to pick up at least a couple more in pack 3. Wheeling Glass Casket as well, sure. Take that. Nice. You know, I wonder if I said the Brave the Wilds is the one that we wanted the most, but actually maybe the Hollow Scavenger to make the food is better. But I guess casting my spells is more important. Okay, 3 bowls of porridge and the food fight. We'll take the porridge. And nice, the Knight of the Sweet's Revenge came back too. All right, this is looking fantastic. I need fixing in pack 3. But we already have a decent bit of it, so this is a good start. And another Hammy, huh? Another really nice pack here. Could take Torch the Tower. That's another good early piece of removal. Princess Takes Flight, also not bad. I think we have a handful of bargain cards, right? We have 1, 2. Okay, not enough. Yeah, Hamlet Glutton number 2 versus Torch the Tower number 1. I think we just go with the Hammy. We have a surprising number of early game plays, and I mean, if this was Candy Grapple, I'd probably take it, but I'm going to take the Glutton over the Torch since that's more of a splash. There's a Curse of the Werefox versus a Rat out. Seen quite a few of these conceded witches go by. I do like that card, but maybe not for this deck so much. Actually, it would have been good with the Season of Growth plan. Is Rat Out better than Curse here? I guess it's possible that Rat Out is better than Curse. Yeah, I'll take the Rat Out. Another Graceful Takedown is great. Neva is great. Another Witch is great. Very nice pack here for us. Kind of like going the value route and taking the Neva. But you really can't go wrong just getting another Sweet Tooth Witch here. No, I passed on those Fell Horsemen or whatever. Let's take the Neva. Second guess myself. And there's finally Return from the Wilds. Currently, what are we cutting? I probably don't need Not Dead after all. I'm guessing the Knight of the Sweet's Revenge is probably going to end up being a cut in this particular deck. So maybe just find like one more good playable. And it is Kellen's Lightblades, perhaps? Don't think we need a third Prism. Nightmare would be good too, but I'm going to go with the removal. Oh, I really like Blind Obedience. The Extort is kind of good, but man, we just have another Witch here and a Troublemaker. Darn it, that's tough. Yeah, I guess the Witch is going to replace the Threadbind click now. Dang. Sorry, Blind Obedience. Another Neva. Okay. And now we get nothing. Wish I had gotten a couple more pieces of land fixing. Like one of the random duels would have been super, super good. So what we're going to do here is we're not going to run any mountains. We don't need to. We'll run like 2 plains tops. And then, actually, I guess we don't need that much black either, do we? No. We just need majority green sources here. Callous Sellsword on the wheel. Don't need that. Kind of like taking the Corvold and the Noble Thief when we're doing this 4 or 5 color nonsense, but... Okay, more junk. Yeah, I don't expect us to wheel anything good at this point. It might look weird that I have Shatter the Oath in the sideboard, but I think that's right. In fact, maybe it's not right to cut the click after all. Wow, we would have had a ton of tricks for Season of Growth had we ended up going that route. All right, 2 cuts need to be made here. What are my worst 2 cards? Could be Bowls of Porridge. And maybe actually the Witch Stalker is not super necessary. How many early game plays do I have? Oh, not that many. Not that many turn 2 plays. Double check our ways to gain 3 life. 2 Gluttons. Greta, that's 3. Return 4. 2 Witches, 6. Feeds 7. Cookie, 8.5. Yeah, that's really good for Griffinary. Okay, maybe I can cut the Rat out then. The Rat out, and I guess Witch Stalker over Porridge, or Porridge over Witch Stalker. I think we have enough food that I'd rather just have the random 2-drop. Let's get the Grotto in there, and then figure out this mana base. What is it saying? It says 4 plains. That's probably too much. I'm not going to need a single island. We don't care about being able to hard cast that. We're playing this as a white removal spell with upside of being able to randomly cast it off of like the prisms and whatnot. And yeah, don't need 1 mountain either, so easy cuts there. Let's go up at least 1 or 2 green sources. I think we're going to need at least 8. And then we could just go 4-4-1. That seems fine. Totally fine. 17 lands, right? Yeah. Looks good. Missing maybe 1 or 2 good removal spells. Like 1 Candy Grapple would have gone a long, long way here, but think we got another pretty solid 4.5 color deck. And that is a 1-lander. Hey, nice hand. We should be able to pitch a forest here, right? Yeah, I have 2 prophetic prisms. If we brick on a 3rd land, I'm gonna say that's pretty unlucky. I could have also pitched the 2nd prism, but I like holding it because we do have some amount of bargain, right? Nice, there we go. Uh-oh, already drawing too many lands. Hopeless Nightmare. Alright, we'll pitch one of these forests. I think we want to just make a food with Return from the Wilds. Land and food. Oddly. And let's go get... I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter since we have 2 prisms. We can cast all of our spells already. Color-wise. Really wish the opponent was playing an aggressive deck with his hand. We're just gonna run out the horsey, sure. I don't think I'm supposed to Light Blades that right off the bat. Voracious Vermin, we can casket that thing. It would appear that the opponent probably has a Rat Out in their hand, or the Not Dead After All. I really don't want to do this, but... given I'm not drawing anything, I guess I probably should. Yep, that's unfortunate. Come on, deck. Give me some action here. Okay. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, and that was certainly a very awkward draw. Wasn't as bad as drawing a land, but, yeah. Wow, that's brutal. Alright. Come on, top deck. That is not gonna cut it. Alright, we'll scoop that one up. I'm at 2 on board. So what did I do wrong that game? I didn't draw the correct spells? Our hand was reasonable. Okay, go on to the next. It's okay to give 1 loss, and then we'll just win out from here. Alright, on to the next game. Great hand. Early game. Plays. Let's go ahead and just grab a swamp right now. Plains right now, I guess. Probably doesn't really matter which one we grab, though, since we have Return from the Wilds and the Fawn in our hand. The only awkward thing about scrying this early is we're probably just going to immediately shuffle it back next turn. So we're going to need to hold one of the 2 instant speed removal spells for the Restless Bivouac over there. Let's make a food. All right. First damage acquired. Once again, we're going to need to find some action here, because we're not doing anything. Why am I getting deja vu? That's good. I think I'm supposed to bargain this. It's just so bad if we don't bargain and they have any way to pump the Grabby Giant. It's going to be awkward if I draw my like Griffin Airy now, but I think this makes sense. They must have a pretty bad hand if they're making that play. Speaking of pretty bad hands... I don't believe I'm supposed to be running any fewer than 17 lands with our deck, but, yeah. Oh boy, there's the Imidanes. I guess a nice thing here is that the glass casket on the one of the tokens is pretty good for bargaining purposes later on. Holy smokes. Come on, deck. That's half of our lands now. Where's a Hamlet Glutton or anything? I mean, they don't even have to play out the Imidanes anytime soon if they don't want to. Ah, I need to kill the Belligerent. Which means now the Restless Bivouac can start ruining our lives, but... nothing I can do about that. This is extreme deja vu. Yeah, like I said, the Bivouac now becomes a problem. We take 5. At least. Sure, I don't really care about them killing our fawn. Huh? Come on, man. Bro. Brutal. Any cards in the sideboard I should maybe add then? I don't think Shatter's necessary. They have another Imidanes? Oh, okay. Right, well. Maybe we weren't winning that one anyways. Turns out 2 Imidanes recruiters. Gonna get the job done pretty easy. Man, 0-2. If I'm gonna be real upset if this deck goes 0-3, because I think it's legit good. Should I be running this Dark Tutelage? We have a lot of food. A little bit of card advantage. I mean, these games haven't exactly felt completely average or normal, but bro, I kind of like running Dark Tutelage. I'm gonna mess up the algorithm. We're gonna run 1741. I'm just gonna throw the Dark Tutelage in my deck. Don't do it, Kenji. It's been a long time since you've 0-3'd. The beginning of this format, I had a bunch of 0-3s, more than any other format, but I haven't done so since I don't know how long now. So it would be kind of unfortunate if we do it again. Okay. 0-2. On the ropes. Hands good. Once again, it's got all the early plays. We haven't drawn like any of our top end any of these 3 games yet, so just one glutton. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think we need to lead on Prism yet. Let's get the Witchstalker online first. Hey! You know, I kind of wasn't thinking about it, but when I have 2 Hamlet Gluttons in my deck, the Dark Tutelage is a little bit, little bit of a, what are you doing, Kenji? Wait. It works out. Because I never draw my Gluttons, the Tutelage will not hurt us for 7. Oh, silly me. Never mind, we're fine. Everything's fine here. Okay. Alright, here we go. Dude, these land draws this draft are not good. If I immediately resolve or reveal a Glutton off of Dark Tutelage, I am gonna be very sad. If they just have Flick a Coin, whatever, I don't care if they kill my Witchstalker. Oh, sure, absolutely. Transmuter to kill my 2/3. Alright, we did not reveal the Glutton. Good. That's all I have to say, good. I'm gonna go ahead and just run out one of our Nevas right now. Rather, our Neva right now, since we have another in the deck somewhere. Mr. Pult. It's pretty good. Alright, let's get the Witch online and pass, holding up the Spellscorn Coven and our foods. Coven here acting like a pretty decent Time Walk impression. I think I'm just going to sacrifice both of them immediately to use up my mana efficiently while the opponent's not doing anything. Yes! Yeah, we did it! God damn you, game. Alright, Casket at least was a good draw for the Catapult. Now, if things get a little bit too crazy, for example, if we reveal the other Glutton off of Tutelage next turn, we can bargain away the Tutelage with our Light Blades. Hopefully. They're going to cast Obira's Attendance in response. We're going to let that happen. Don't really care about one more ping damage. Sure. Oh, they meant to sack their Catapult, I think. Whoopsies. Small mistake on their part. Tap out, tap out, tap out. Hey, we didn't reveal the second glutton. Woohoo! So what is their play here? Let's lead on the glut and see if they're holding up a counter. Okay, no ice out. That's good. Nice. I'm not going to attack with the same creatures I did last time with all of their open mana. Flick a coin from the top of their library. Sure. Oh, actually a little bit funny. If I sacrifice the Dark Tutelage to bargain, the Neva will actually get bigger too. I really do not care about that. I'm not gonna coven that thing. Three for this turn. Yep, that resolves. Neva revealed. Cauldron drawn. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna kill the transmuter here, sacking the tutelage. That way we keep our Neva alive. And then we'll play out our other our bounced Witchstalker and pass. Still holding up Coven here. But tutelage gone now, so I'm not gonna accidentally burn myself out. Like, versus the Glutton, they are going to be extremely tempted to just run out their 6-5, right? And if they do that, we get them with the Coven. Patience. Patience is the key. Because they are quite dead on board here. You gotta do something. Hearth Elemental. 3 mana, 4/5. Okay, that's good enough. Tap them out to play it again if they want to. Or they're just gonna pass. Okay. Do you have Succumb to the Cold? No, I'm gonna swing with everything. Okay. Hey, not bad. So let's see here. If I feed the Cauldron my own Witch... Nope, that doesn't work. I mean... Neva getting back Neva is pretty tempting. But I could also just grab Glutton or Sweet Tooth Witch. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to be able to cast out a really cheap Hearth Elemental here. Oh, this is a little bit tough, actually. Neva's the safe play, but I guess I'll go for the win and grab the Witch. Discarding Goose Mother, sure. So I'm just gonna pass here now, because I don't want to run out the Witch in fear of a burn spell. They already have to do something as it is. So hopefully they just play like their grabby giant because it's a reach creature. Perfect, and that should be lethal, right? Oh, well that's also very lethal. Because what I could do here is Sweet Tooth Witch, feed the Cauldron one of my Witch Stalker, and then sack 2 foods, but I guess this plays too. I'm the Imidane's Recruiter player now. Take that. Don't do this, OP. Just concede. Just take the damage. You're dead. Please. Oh my gosh. Wait, they're still here. Okay. Phew. That would have been sad if they just disconnected. We did it! We won a game! No 0-3. Confirmed. Deck's great. Still always give frowny faces. Dark Tutelage was the truth. Actually, looking back at that game, how many cards did Tutelage draw, and what would I have done had I not had Tutelage? Would we have just been dead? Maybe. Now we have to get to that 4-win mark. Can we win 3 in a row? This hand is a keeper. We've got basically perfect mana and 2 easy, cheap removal spells here. And now we have even more removal. My opponents really need to start playing creatures early that I can just kill. Perfect. Wonderful casket target. Now we need to draw Prophetic Prism, please. Oh, God, I would kill for that. Hey, we drew the Prism, though. Man, Collector's Vault would be so nice in our deck. This is the classic Swamp, Plains, Forest, and then I'm going to cast Imidane's Recruiter. It's not to love. Discards a castable Alchemist? I don't like that. I do like that Neva draw, because if they counter our Imidanes, which they did not... Ooh, now we really want the Imidanes to die. Getting it back with Neva is the hot stuff. And let me tell you, I know something about hot stuff. I'm gonna just leave it at that. That ain't gonna cut it, buddy. Please block Imidanes. Do I want to give them the casket back? Not really. I guess... you can just sack the token. That was dying anyways. Still need the prism here, I think. Kill the recruiter. Kill the recruiter. Why you no kill my recruiter? Gotta do this the old-fashioned way, I see. I do like that they had to sacrifice their vault to, whatchamacallit. Oh, they're gonna attack here, right? No, they're not. Never mind. Wait, what? Oh. I don't think they're supposed to do that, knowing I have Imidane's Recruiter in my hand. But hey, we'll take it. This is a big chunk. Not quite dead. But very damn well close, huh? Classic recruiters. So 4 lethal creatures, one of which has Menace. They are... Oh, they're alive! Oh, no, they messed up. They needed to... Whoopsies. They don't get to kill anything because that only triggers at the beginning of combat. So they tried to play it correct by attacking for 1 first, but what they needed to do was glutton into Feral Encounter, kill the Neva, and then they wouldn't have been dead. We'll take it. 2 wins. 2 wins. Two more. Halfway there. Okay, it's a keep. We draw a Prism, we're Gucci. We draw Plains, we're Gucci. That's bad. There's a Prism. That Veteran is going to do quite a bit of damage to us since we're on the draw. Yikes. Well, this might be over quickly, friends. Really need to draw a land, too. Land next turn would be pretty good. We would get to go Beanstalk, play 2 lands, and hold up Light Blades. Sheesh. Man, where were those earlier hands versus their deck? You know? Okay, so hopefully we're only taking 3 this turn. And that they're just gonna run out their giant. Can we get a land? Nice. And it's even a fixing land too, so. Yep. Get the glut. Another okay play that turn would be to go Witch, plus try to take down their giant, but getting the 6/6 online makes sense. Please don't hurt me. Makes sense since we drew the Grotto, I should say. I think if we don't draw the Grotto there, we probably have to go with the Worm or the Witch play. That way we get to preserve our cast abilities. What's ideal scenario here? They put the Veteran on the Ginger Brute, and then we get to kill the Ginger Brute next turn. Something like that. Well, that's not a bad scenario either. Good draw. We can go double spell here. Gonna be safer to go Witch plus Witch Stalker instead of just Worming, I think. Rats. This is a game where Spectre of Mortality would have been really good. Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't have. Would have, in theory, been good if creatures were in my graveyard. Double gingerbread. Come on, sack your veteran on one of them. In these type of scenarios, you have to walk a fine line of actually trying to pressure your opponent and playing defensively. Because I can't just sit back forever. That gives them more time to find push damage and whatnot, you know? So they have 2 more spells in their hand since they're using... Ooh, that's a good draw. More food. I mean, what I think I'm gonna do here now is... punch the grabby. Like I said, I gotta find a way to start attacking here. What can I not beat? Can't beat really like a crescendo. Can't beat one of the active treason effects. So those are irrelevant, but what can we beat? What kind of cards would be the last 2 cards in their hand? Removal, they would have used already on my Glutton. Yeah, like, they could easily have Archon's Glory type effect. They could have a Crescendo, although I think if they did, we would see an all-out attack here soon. I wouldn't die to Crescendo, I would go to 1. In essence, I would die, though, in 2 turns. Okay. So just gonna activate the Gingers. I go down to 8. You know what? I should have attacked with the Witch Stalker there. I probably could have killed them. If I attack with Witch Stalker and they don't chump, I win. I think what happens if I attack with the Witch... I messed up. If I attack with the Witch Stalker there, I think they no-block it, forgetting that I can sacrifice Tough Cookie to Sweet Tooth Witch. And if they do block it, they have to block it with one of their 2 powers, which is what I would be blocking anyways. Yeah. I messed up there big. That might cost me. That could definitely cost me the game. Ah, bad play. I mean, I could have gone for lethal and attacked with everything, but they had 2 cards in their hand, right? And we know there's spells. Okay, that's fine. Alright, GG's. Attack with everything, and they cannot block enough. Hamlet tramples. So they need to put at least 5 toughness on the glutton, and they can't do so while blocking enough other damage. Phew! Like I said, I probably should have won last turn. Thankfully, I didn't get punished there. Okay, whew. Sigh of relief. The game continues. Like I always say, 0-2 is the perfect start to a 7-2. But now we sit at 3, and let's get that important number 4. This is a keeper. Green is our main color, and any one land unlocks the Feed the Cauldron. So we have a couple of removal spells in our hand already. If I don't draw a land next turn, that will be pretty unlucky. Well, the opponent is also on the same. They just missed a land drop too. Okay. I guess I'm going to discard the Witch Stalker here. Both players are just discarding. They discarded... Whoa, that can't be right. They discarded Greta. Oh, and then they drew Evolving Wilds. All right, come on, Forest off the top. What is going on? This game sucks. Oh, okay, sure. So I lose a food this way, but if I draw a land, a forest specifically, then at least we get to keep developing out. Like, I don't want to feed the cauldron on my turn and then miss out on developing out the board. This is a pretty stupid game. I guess we do this. Oh, are you kidding? I wanted to draw a card, but Auto Tapper said no. Whoopsies. The troll! Don't have lethal. But they're forced to block, and then we can just Light Blade down the troll. This has been a very stupid game of Magic. Both players kept a 2-lander, missed, had to discard, and then we drew out of it first. You know what they say, that's Magic, baby. Okay, we did it! We got to 4 wins. See? Everything is fine. We get our money back. Now we play for extra gravy. Let the good times roll. Let's go to game 7. Yeah, another pretty easy keeper here. Brave the Wild is gonna go grab a Plains. We get the Beanstalk and Ramp on turn 2. I am really, really good about drawing both Nevas every single time, I feel like. Sheesh. Ooh, I do not like seeing that. You might not like it. I'm gonna run out of 4 mana 2/2 Menace. Let's go with Beanstalk over Immodanes since they played a 2/3 out. Also, we don't have red, so. Oh, don't have stopgap. Okay, that's fine-ish. Trade Neva for their 2/2. I think that's quite worth. Let's just make a couple of tokens and say go. I mean, we're only 1 mana away from hard casting Glutton, so I don't really want to have to sacrifice one of my tokens to cast it out next turn. Five mana pass. Is it getting better? Do I just run into Ice Out? Okay. I'm ready to be hurt. This game sucks. And I really didn't have much recourse against that either. Jesus. Righty then. Can't imagine we're very favored anymore. If we ever were. Bounce their Vigil. Pretty good. I want to draw like Prophetic Prism into Feed the Cauldron, because if we can deal with the Sentry, we can actually start attacking, you know? That works, because our Beanstalk Worm is technically enchanted. Very nice. Excellent. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to see one of our Nevas go bye-bye. And get a little bit of Neva action. Okay. Holding up double blue again, which means they have another Ice Out in their hand. You hate to see it. Okay, I'll trade Neva for their 2/2. And then we're going to lead on Cookie. Because that is probably still going to get iced out, and if they don't, I'm not going to run out the Neva. It's too obvious they have it. If they want to hold up double blue for the rest of the game, so be it. Sherere. Okay, draw a card. Huh. It's a pretty good draw. Alright. Would you like to ice out my prism? Because it's giving me red, and it's an artifact for Cookie. They decided not to, huh? Alright, how about Witch? Want to counter this one? They have opted to finally pull that trigger. Okay. Still have 6 cards in their hand. This is fine. Boo! Alright. Tough Cookie down. You have another counter? Bro. For real? For real, for real? Whatever. If they have 3 ice outs, so be it. Could be a disdainful stroke, I guess. Wow, they just actually have 3 ice outs. Okay. That's pretty frustrating. What if they have more than one hatching plans, too? Hey, forced fruition! Alright, so now whenever I cast a spell, I draw 7 cards. So what can I draw? No, we're just pretty dead to that. We are very dead to that card. I don't have a way to kill the forced fruition. I can cast a couple of spells. Tops. I have 15 cards left in my deck. Yeah, that's gonna kill us for sure. Let's see, so I can cast 2 more spells next turn to go for the win. Is there any way to do that? I don't think so. So we're basically dead here. I can cast 1 more spell, and I can only do it next turn, so... Love it. Ah, and that will do it. I needed for them to somehow not have a flyer or another removal spell and hope that a couple of griffins could take it down, but now we don't have any outs, I'm pretty sure. No way to beat that, right? GG's. 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 Well, at least we'll go out on our own terms. Like I said, I can't be too upset. We started 0-2. I think this deck was pretty solid, and then we rattled up to 4 wins. So good stuff overall. Another 4/5 color brew. Basically the only thing I'll ever be doing in this format again. Yeah, fun stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.